Hi everybody! So for today's devotional, I wanted to give you a lesson from youth group that I gave to the youth a few weeks ago. I figured, why fix what ain't broke? This lesson is perfectly good, so why not extend it to the broader congregation? So this was the first week in a series called Stronger. It was a 4-week series. It's about dealing with hurt and pain and suffering, and I figured it's a little bit of a downer, but it's also really great for the current situation that we're in. So follow along with me. So to start us off, think about a time when life has gone wrong for you. Has it ever been hard or painful or disappointing? So we talked about this month about what we can do when life starts to hurt and the joy that we can find even in the midst of pain. We talked about how God can use the hardest moments of our lives to make us stronger, to make our faith stronger, and to show us that God is stronger than anything that life throws at us. Sometimes the pain we experience happens because of something we do or something that we fail to do. Maybe that this is for the youth, so maybe you failed a test. Maybe you were rude to your parents, so they took away your phone. Or for you, maybe you missed a memo on something and your job performance suffered because of it in some way. Or maybe it's something worse. Sometimes the pain we experience happens because of something that's not our fault. Maybe someone you love dies, or you get sick or injured. You have to move away from people that you know, people that you love and your friends. Or something traumatic happens, or a global pandemic hits. Whether it's because of us, or because of someone else, or because of no reason at all, sometimes life goes wrong. So for our scripture reading, I want to read from Colossians 1:13 through 14. It says, "For he has rescued us from the dominion of darkness and brought us into the kingdom of the Son he loves, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins." So in our sin, we've done wrong, and the wrong we do causes hurt and pain, both for us and for others. But Jesus came to rescue and redeem us from our own wrongs. And that's not all. It goes on to say in Colossians 1:15 through 20, "The Son is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. For in him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities. All things have been created through him and for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. And he is the head of the body, the church. He is the beginning and the firstborn from among the dead, so that in everything he might have the supremacy. For God was pleased to have all his fullness dwell in him, and through him to reconcile himself all things, whether things on earth or things in heaven, by making peace through his blood shed on the cross." Jesus came to redeem you and me, but he also came to redeem everything. Every wrong, every pain, every situation, he can redeem it all. When we experience pain because we live in a broken world full of suffering and loss, Jesus says, "Someday I'll redeem everything. I'll restore the whole world, right and wrong, and right every wrong." When we experience pain, for any reason at all, Jesus says, "I can redeem what's gone wrong. In my hands, any pain you've suffered can take on new life." Because Jesus is a redeemer both now and forever, our hurt can always become hope. We can trust that Jesus will redeem the whole world someday, and that he can redeem every situation right now. Whatever it is, Jesus can redeem what's wrong. Now that might sound good, but what does it mean exactly? When we're in the middle of our pain and our hurt, how can Jesus help? So let's first talk about you, people watching this. Just like we just read, Jesus came to redeem you from darkness and death. So much of our pain and hurt is caused by our own sin, as we have seen. If we want real transformation, we need Jesus to redeem us before he can redeem our situations. It's so easy to let our pain and hurt control us. But when you choose to trust that Jesus can redeem what's gone wrong, it changes everything. Instead of lashing out at others, you can let your pain bring you closer to the people who love you. Instead of focusing on worst-case scenarios, you can focus on what God is doing in and through you. And instead of getting angry at God, which is so easy to do, you can trust that Jesus can redeem your hurt. Now, I don't know what is causing you hurt or pain right now, and I don't know how you've failed or how life has failed you, but I know that Jesus sees what has gone wrong, and he desperately wants to show you that his power to redeem looks like love and grace. If you need Jesus to redeem you because you know your sin is the biggest cause of your own hurt and pain, he can do that. He can redeem you. If you need Jesus to redeem your circumstances because life is really hard right now, he can do that too. He can redeem any difficulty for good. I know that life can be hard and difficult and painful sometimes, but I hope that you'll remember that none of it is beyond God's ability to redeem. No matter what you're going through, always remember that Jesus can redeem what's wrong. Thanks.